Brandon loves Pokemon.
You know what? Let's can we rebrand Pokemon too?
Rebrand it?
Yeah.
What do you want
Just
to rebrand?
give it a letter.
Oh. W?
Yep. From now on, if you say the word Pokemon, it will not be acknowledged. But if you want to talk to me about W, I'm all ears.
It still says husband Tom. Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is G a P
S.
That's you changed it to X.
I am X, baby.
Oh my God, it's just decision after decision. It's X gonna give it to you, baby. R.I.P.
Why can't we just leave some shit the same, huh, Tom?
Why don't we just leave some things the same?
Yeah. Why does everything always have to change?
Because that's what always happens. Things just change, you know? You think you're really good friends with this guy in Colorado, and then all of a sudden he takes your identity.
You took my wife.
Yeah, well, first of all, you took my identity, so...
No. I just
took
credit for all of your charity work.
All right,
no
that's
crime
fine.
there. That's not a crime either.
It's not. No, that's 100% legal. That's what the Supreme Court says. So, yeah, that's what they say. But we're here, folks. There's a lot going on, and we got puppers. We got. GX says true story. It's a lot of breaking news going on. We got injuries to report, some terrible ones. Freaking Hines got hit while he was on a jet ski, stationary. On a jet ski, and another rider crashed into him, ending his season before it even began, which is like horrible. Then you got CJ Gardner-Johnson from the Lions. Sorry, I have to let Sinclair out. CJ Gardner-Johnson, he suffered a non-contact injury, so that doesn't look great. He got carted off. We got new jerseys. We got freaking running backs. Are they going to stick together? Are they going to strike? We got a whole lot to talk about. And then there's another doggy.
Yeah. Let's start with Nyheim Hines first. Because he was going to be an important part of the Bills' return game, both in kick and punt returns. And he, the news broke that he suffered an injury away from the team. Right, is kind of how they phrase it.
Yeah.
So like my first assumption is, he was like working out, knee, ankle,
sure.
Something like that, training. But then it dropped this morning that he was hit by a jet ski.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, like close to like 9 years ago, was in Mexico riding jet skis in the ocean. Jumped a wave, friend behind him jumps a wave, doesn't see that he turned, hit him in the face with the jet ski. He nearly died in Mexico. They extorted basically him for money at the hospital to get him back into the States, where he was in the ICU for like a week. He eventually recovered, mostly back to normal, healthy, but like when I heard that shit, I was like, oh my God, like that's such a random sort of injury. But like that stuff happens out there, and scared me a little bit because jet skis. I saw a video like 2 weeks ago too of a jet ski crash because I scroll through Instagram watching people get hurt, and then I saw that one. I was like, no, too real for me.
But your friend's okay now?
Yeah, he's good now. But yeah, jet ski hits you in the face. Bad things happen.
Yeah, you took a jet ski to the
Yeah.
face.
Basically he's alive because our friend saved him, pulled his teeth and shit out of his mouth and throat so he could keep him breathing while they're out there before they got him like back to the hospital. Yeah, it's insane. It was when Jess and I were kind of like first dating, and it was a super like emotional day. She went down to the hospital with me that week, was like, there for me. And yeah, it was scary, very scary.
Good God.
So, like, I heard that, and you're like, bad things can happen on those jet skis. So be careful out there.
And that's the thing too, right? It's like not even Hines' fault, like at all.
Yeah.
It's literally he was just stationary and got hit by another passenger. And now can't play football this year. Like that sucks, man. It freaking sucks.
I'll be curious to see like what. No, I did not, guy.
No, did not. At 1 a.m.
Yeah, I watched another episode of Quarterback last night, episode 2.
There you go.
Probably the most boring episode, I'm guessing, in the whole series. But Jess, her favorite is Kirk Cousins. So
he's very likable after this. Like he's definitely a serial killer, but
he's the most interesting of the three.
Yeah. I mean, he's something.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Chris Jones.
I don't think there are underdog lines. Underdog is fantasy, so they're not doing lines on that.
Might be. That might. Yeah, you never want him to get. Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want anyone getting hurt though. That sucks too, because that's the other big injury news that comes out too. So CJ Gardner-Johnson injured, carted off, non-contact injury, which usually
scares the shit out of you.
Of course. I mean, Jordy Nelson, that's how he tore his ACL. I'll never forget that in that preseason game. Those are usually the ones where you're like, oh crap. So hopefully he's okay, because that's just no good. That's just
the two things that concern you. It's non-contact, because that usually means like the player's cutting.
Yep.
Right. And then getting carted off. So they haven't even specified whether it's his knee or not, but like that's what we're kind of waiting for CJ over the next probably like 24 hours to see like what news comes out once they get an MRI of whatever you hear. I don't think they specified like a area of the body, but if you're carted off at camp, that's usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lions fans.
That's the big news for Packers fans today. Like the Packers Pro Shop yesterday put out a tweet, or an X. I don't know what the hell we're calling it anymore. I don't care. But put it out basically like big news tomorrow. And because today's the shareholders meeting. So if you're a shareholder, you could go to Lambeau Field and like hear Mark Murphy talk. They bought the foam company that produces the cheese head. I swear to God. Like that's the big news.
And they'll make sure Sauce Gardner never gets one of those cheese heads again.
Never again. Never gonna get it again. Nope. So that was a thing. Did
you see that thing where they had like the social media accounts ranked and the Packers were dead last?
Yep. No,
even the Broncos were at 20th.
Yeah, but you and I have talked about this too, and I've talked about this at length. Like, there's no surprise. I've actually drafted him in a couple leagues. There's like no surprise there, because they're just really handcuffed by what they're able to do from like the board / front office. Like they just are. They're very old school. They're very traditional. And I've had conversations like with members of the organization, just like trying to like get this, and it creates an interesting topic, because look at like the top social media accounts, right? The Chargers are up there. I'm not even using this list. Like the Chargers are number 1, right? Like they're up there. Then you have teams like the Titans, like their schedule release video is really good this year. You got the Panthers one is usually really, really good. There's a bunch that are really like solid. A lot of those teams are trying to convince their fans to come to games, right? And like come to support them. So it's like teams that I don't want to say aren't popular, but like they're trying to put, butts in seats. The Packers, for better or for worse, they do not have to do that. They have a season ticket list that is over 30 years long, right? Like there's no shortage of people that want to come to games. So unfortunately, that mentality has kind of seeped into, well, we don't have to do like crazy innovative social media things. We can kind of just stick with what's working. And the really talented people that are there just have to work within those confines, which, you know,
if I could represent the Packers social media, it is this. This is the Packers social media. They are the "it is your birthday" of Twitter accounts.
Let's go. Yes, that's accurate. That's pretty accurate. I accept that comparison. And again, they're talented. They're definitely talented. It's just
they're handcuffed.
They're handcuffed. It is what it is. You know,
caged birds. Yeah. Let those caged birds out of their X. Oh, it would have worked if Elon would have just kept it Twitter.
No,
you sneaky son of a bitch.
All right, Moosey, I'm not letting you back now. But yeah, so not surprised about that at all. But we also have some jersey reveals, and I'm very curious how you feel about this, because the Titans, there's like a little, I don't want to say controversy because it's Twitter.
Bunch of babies is what I see.
Yeah. So the Titans unveiled their throwback unis that they're going to use, and they are the Houston Oilers throwbacks. By the way, they look really good. Like I really
so hot.
I really love the way they look. But there is that, like, hey, that's the Oilers who were in Houston, and then you went to Tennessee, and people are just like, I don't know if you should use that name and that logo. I think they look awesome. I do. And technically they own the name, so I understand like people being like a little peeved, but
probably I would say Oilers fans who have to root for the Texans are pissed off would be my guess. It's like, we don't have anything nice, and now you're making us look at the one thing we used to have and throwing it in our face.
So nice too. I love them so much. I love those. Like, those are freaking phenomenal. Like, those are the Seahawks one I really, really liked. I like these the most.
I like the Seahawks more, but the Oilers, although,
and then there's Ryan Tannehill.
Somehow he looks handsome, but he does not make that uniform look cooler.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Hot boys. Maybe if, Tennessee didn't keep the rights, like, there'd be something to complain about. But now I remember talking about this, I feel like a couple years ago. Maybe it was on this show. I don't know. A podcast. We were talking about like why the Texans don't use the Oiler throwbacks. And that's when I learned that the Titans still own the rights to them.
Yep.
And they're like, we'll never see them again. Ha! Here they are. I like them. It's funny though that they are for the Titans, and obviously the Titans are not in Texas, but they used to be. So it's like, who cares?
Yeah, I can understand people being people. Like, at this point, like, it's jersey colors. Like,
it's like when the Raiders will do their Oakland and Los Angeles throwbacks, and they won't even change it because they've never changed their uniforms really. The Raiders do it every week. The Raiders throw their throwbacks in Oakland's face every single week, guys.
I do like the...
What if the Baltimore Ravens against the Browns just showed up in their throwback Browns jerseys? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, the Browns are in the news again too. But real quick, before we get to that, then there's the Jets throwback logo. So like the New York Sack Exchange, they unveiled theirs today. I like them a lot, but they need the white helmet. Like I like their new green helmets, but they need the white helmet back. They need to not go back to like the green and use it for that. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like,
read it in the paper. Extra.
I love the logo. I love like the chrome helmet, but like with those specific jerseys, like they gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the white helmets would be nice.
Like the white helmets would make that, like, right there. I don't know. It doesn't look as good as I think it can.
Aaron Rodgers starting to look old.
Yeah, dude, it is. I know it was weird because they posted a picture of him like the other day, like one of just like his like full mock-up. I'm just like, damn, man, like, yeah, it made me feel like I was getting even older. You see, like
Like
you put
Tom Brady didn't start to look old until like this last season.
this last
Aaron
season.
Rodgers kind of
It's
looking
true.
old in his face now.
Yeah, yeah.
The Jets, to me, though, it's like those are still just some plain ass uniforms.
Yeah.
They don't get me excited the way the Oilers do.
No, the Oilers one I think is different. I like that one. And then listen, tomorrow, right, is your Broncos?
Yeah, I'm gonna be up in the mountains, so I won't be paying attention.
I'll be up in the mountains. You're making the jerseys up there.
I'll have like a mechanical thing that produces
Or the internet.
electricity just so I can check to see what the reveal is.
That's fair enough. That's fair. In addition, we also talk about the Browns super duper quick. Sorry. So I don't know if you saw that little clip from Deshaun Watson that made the
I didn't
rounds.
watch it.
I saw it this morning where he basically was telling like his story and then was like, in the media last year, like coming after me and doing all this. And I'm like, it just doesn't feel like they're because he had to go like that court mandated like course and all that
No,
crazy.
he's never once showed remorse at all for any of it.
It's just not. I'm just and I gotta be honest, like for a hot second I forgot and I was like, okay, he's not like I forgot that he existed and then I was like,
nah, he's still a douche.
Still there. Still there.
Douche.
I'm very curious like how they're going to do this year because if he's bad this year.
I hope he's bad.
Besides the Herschel Walker trade, and I know we've talked about that, has to be what the second worst trade in NFL history.
Yep. I think they're going to be good. I think he's going to be good. So, wow, Jimmy Butler coming in here to defend Deshaun Watson. Never thought I'd see the day Jimmy B comes in. Okay, Jimmy, how the fuck do you know that? How the fuck do you know for certain he's innocent? Fucking people sometimes.
I just love how it's salty too. Like I have a dog in.
I'm salty.
I have a dog in that fight. I'm just like, nah, he's just a trash human being.
Look at what the fuck was going on. Grow up, Jesus. I need a vacation this week. I'm getting a little sick of simplified internet comments. It's starting to get to me, Tom.
I know, Perna. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, buddy. We're gonna get the mountain.
Actually, okay, if you are a psychic, I take it back.
And then fair. Then you apologize to Jimmy. Then you apologize.
Psychic says Deshaun Watson innocent.
Can you imagine that's your only premonition you ever got in your life? Like you're like, I think I'm a psychic. You get your whole life being told that you're special. And then you're just like, yeah, no, I just know this random guy's innocent. We got no proof, but like, that's all I got.
It's like you got Cleveland area psychics calling into the police force to tell them they know.
It's like, hey, I got this. Yeah. I got this. Yeah. Which, by the way, shout out to Brandon Perna and Johnny Barks and Will Keys for the ESPN video, which is popping. So lots of positivity about that the weekend.
Yeah, we tried something different, and Will and Johnny did all the heavy lifting. And it worked.
There you go.
50 minutes of basically the story at ESPN. And that's why I got so irritated there by Jimmy Butler. It's like people watch that whole video. They're like, good video until you said Mina Kimes was good. I'm like, that was your takeaway?
That was the whole video.
I was with you until you said Mina Kimes was good at her job. That's when I wanted to be like,
I think she's fantastic at her job. Can you show the red hat on your right?
Oh, you mean this?
There you go. It's a Raptors throwback.
Yeah, that's original. That's like, I don't know, whenever they came
that's
around.
Wait, that's from the prehistoric age?
Yeah.
Wow. So dinosaurs wore that?
Like, it's got fucking dust all over it. Yeah, this is what raptors used to wear, obviously. Some stegosauruses would be seen with this.
Wow.
But,
okay. Triceratops.
When I was a young lad, I'm like, ooh, that expansion team is a dinosaur? Give me that.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. Broncos, all white helmet, pale blue mountains. Ooh.
when it gets colder, do the mountains turn blue?
That'd be cool. The colder it gets outside, the colors on the
Yeah, they
mountains
just
change from
spent like an
orange to blue.
insane amount of money. They're like, we sacrificed just about every safety protocol, but look, they turn a little bit more blue.
Yeah,
I
you know
think
what'd be
that's
even cooler is if like the mountains actually changed color to like how good the player was in that game.
oh
Everybody
so
starts orange. Better you start playing, colors change.
oh
Watch out, Russell Wilson going to be ice hot all year long, baby. Comeback player of the year.
okay, but that's a oxymoron. Then I think that's
As a Broncos fan, you just got to say some shit that doesn't make sense and hope it works out.
okay. That's fair. That's fair. In addition, we got even more running back news because the top running backs in the league had a Zoom call this past weekend in which they were like, hey, we need to have a conversation about all this crap that's going on. And we're starting to see some implications of that even today. Because Nick Chubb came out and was basically like, there's like nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about that. And people are like, oh, why don't you just change like the contract and stuff like that? First of all, that can't happen until 2033, something like that. It's going to be a while. One. And then two, the other thing is that the league has no incentive to actually change this at all.
None. No, I tweeted like it'd be a big PR win for the NFL and the owners to like listen to the running backs, and they have no incentive to do so, right? But like there's clearly an issue here about like a position that is important getting completely devalued even furthermore through the last CBA. And somebody said something like the running back's like not a star position anymore.
Didn't teach dinosaurs.
I disagree with that. I think it's when you have a really great running back, he's usually still on his rookie deal, but it is an important position. And there are like Derrick Henry is a star running back. Christian McCaffrey is a star running back. Saquon Barkley was the New York Giants. I think there's just less opportunities to be workhorse backs. Like before even like the CBA stuff happened and NFL teams really started using 2-back systems versus like this guy's getting 350 carries every year, no matter what. That changed maybe a little bit of the perception of it, but you can still have game-changing, impactful players. And Nick Chubb too, I'd argue, but I don't know what they're going to do. I would like to know. I wish I could have just been in that Zoom meeting. They should have opened it up they should have had some Patreon fans come subscribe to Austin Eckler's Patreon so you can be in this Zoom meeting where all the NFL running backs talk smack about the league and how they're underpaid. That would be fun.
Exactly. I'm sorry about that, Keely.
Oh, damn, man.
Hope things get better soon, my friend.
Stay strong, buddy.
In terms of like what you're because someone just mentioned in my chat too about like the incentive base and just like have it be based off like in performance, but that's super risky for players. Like that's not where players want to go the other way. They want that fully guaranteed. They want like what the NBA has, right? Like they want like, oh no, we want fully guaranteed contracts. But again, there's no incentive for that to happen. And this is like the other angle of it in which you just draft a running back, you have them for the 4 years, and then they're done. And then you could just sign them to cheap, like 1-year deals, right? Like other teams could be like, okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Because I mean, like, look now. So Hines is injured. I know you want a returner. So like now you're going to have to likely bring somebody else in. I don't know, man. I don't know. And then Josh Jacobs leaving Vegas.
He said, smell you later, McDaniels.
So bye-bye.
Hunter, I gotta renew my PO box. I'm delinquent on it. Yeah. I gotta go to the post office.
That's fair.
No, it's a Raptors hat.
It's true. Sure. But I will say, what do you got now? Oh my God, from the meetup.
Yeah. That is pristine.
That is a really nice hat.
Man, gave it to me off his head.
Because you jokingly said, can I have that?
I said, can I? Yeah, I said, can I have it? And he gave it to me.
There you go. And there you go. But yeah, so Josh Jacobs out. Like he left Vegas.
Training camp starts this week?
Yeah.
Bye.
So That's the thing. Like, what do you do if you're the Raiders? Which, by the way, got some good news because it looks like Jimmy G's all ready to go, so he should be okay. So they
Foot
need,
is good. He can
yeah,
play running back?
maybe he might have
Is he
to.
a mobile QB now?
Like, what do you do if you are the Raiders now? I mean,
Uh, I
just
mean,
wait because it hurts Josh Jacobs more than it hurts the Raiders right this second.
yeah, it is like the Raiders, they just messed that up. It's you don't give a guy his 5th-year option because you don't believe in him.
Goes
Then he
off.
goes off, and then you franchise tag him. It's just like 2 FUs in a row. I'd leave if I were Josh Jacobs too.
Hmm.
But they drafted what, Zamir White last year, and he had like 8 carries all season or something dumb. Like, do you believe in Zamir White? The Raiders can lose Josh Jacobs because there's no expectations for that team to be any good.
Valid.
That's
No.
like if I were Mark Davis, I'd be like, I don't think we're gonna be very good. I'm not gonna pay you and for us to suck. That's their side of it. Um,
Yeah.
Here, like if somebody wants to make the argument that any running back can come in and do what you need, then like why did the 49ers trade for Christian McCaffrey last year? And why did he become so important to their it's so much about the scheme fit there and how the quarterback's used within an offense. That dictates a running back's value more than anything is your QB. But yeah, the Josh Jacobs, I don't think he has the leverage because the Raiders are bad. Saquon has more leverage, and really, I feel like everybody's looking up to those guys to just kind of try and fix this by putting their money on the line.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing: they have to be offered those deals,
Yeah.
and this is about them getting offered 2 or 3 year deals after their initial rookie year, like they're after their rookie contract.
Yeah.
That's the issue now because there's no incentive. And yes, running backs are very important. I mean, look at Dak. I mean that with like Dak and Zeke, a running back can take a lot of pressure off a young and or rookie QB, like a
Yeah.
lot of pressure. Like
yeah.
for Desmond Ritter, I know he's not a rookie anymore, but the fact that you have Algier, you have Patterson, and now you got Bijan, you just be like, there you go. Like it
Just
just
start running like the wishbone with those 3 back there.
yeah, because why not? Why
You know
not?
what? And Jimmy Garoppolo needs Josh Jacobs more than anybody on earth.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy G is not a guy who's carrying a football team with his arm alone. He needs that running game to be good for him to be effective. So, yeah, if I were Jimmy G, I'd be like, look, I'd call Josh Jacobs. Yeah, look, man, I made a lot of money when I wasn't doing a lot. Like, I was injured for a while, still made a shit ton of money. Let me give you just a cool $5 million. You get your lifetime free membership at the Vegas brothels, and you come play this season with me on the tag, baby, because I need you.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the problem with Josh Jacobs. Like, he goes off again. Let's just say, like, he has an amazing year. Is anyone giving him insane money? I don't think so.
Now, you know what running backs need? They need Derrick Henry to play at the same level he's been playing at until he's 38. They need the Tom Brady of running backs to give NFL teams hope that they can be dominant once they get past the age of 30. Who's the last running back who was like tearing it up? Adrian Peterson, maybe after age
Frank
30?
Gore, like that's
Yeah, I mean Frank Gore wasn't even tearing it. He was just Frank Gore. It's like 900,000 yards. He's gonna get it to you if you just keep feeding him the rock. That's what they need. They need a couple age-defying backs.
My question is going to be: at what point? Like we talked about this with Mike McCarthy, right? Like how bad does he need to be for the Cowboys to be like, okay, bye bye? At what point does Josh McDaniels get the boot? Because it doesn't seem like that's where it's going. Like I don't know. Like they'd have to be like really bad.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get a pass this year because they're in a weird transition period. And they don't have a franchise QB.
As a Broncos fan, I hope he is there for life.
I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that.
As somebody who's trying to be empathetic with the Raiders fans, if they can start showing up to games week 1 saying fire McDaniels, that's the approach.
But they're not okay. All right, Brandon, let's have an actual conversation now. Let's have an actual conversation. Your point, they can't. They literally can't. Do you know why Raiders season tickets are sold out right now? Sold out. Do you know why?
Because it's in Vegas?
Because the people who buy them are not going to the games. They literally are just selling the tickets for when like the Chiefs come to town, the Packers come to town, the Bengals come to town, any like bigger name teams. They're selling those tickets to make a ton of money. The Raiders,
do they have the most inflated like secondary ticket market? Maybe.
Hold on. The Raiders had to put on the video board for the crowd to be quiet on offense because the people that are going to the games, they're tourists because it's in Vegas. So like, yes, there's diehard Raiders fans that are still going. They're like, absolutely. And like, they're still doing the tailgates and stuff, but they're tourists. Like it's a completely different market. Like that was one of the things that why I felt so bad when I went there and I went to Santa Clara and there was a ton of Raiders fans going like, yep, they took our team. So it's not like Vegas is like a pain in the ass, like in trying to get tickets to them because they're so expensive. So expensive.
That's for you, Kevin.
But yeah, it's frustrating, man. Cause like you could talk about like fan support and things like that. The fans aren't necessarily there. Like they're still Raiders fans. Yeah, they have to do this in preseason. And with the gold package, because it's a bunch of dum-dums. But yeah, I'm telling you, like the amount of people that are going to the game, it's not the diehard fan. I mean, they're literally taking out more seats to put in more suites.
Josh McDaniels, if he gets fired too, let's say he gets fired mid-season, he doesn't have his job security with the Patriots anymore because Bill O'Brien's there as OC. Yeah. If Mac Jones and Bill O'Brien are good, we could see Josh McDaniels just unemployed out of the NFL. The NFL won't be right until he's gone.
But I don't think it's this year because again,
and there's like the money thing. Like,
yeah, there's the money thing. There's built-in excuses already. And so it doesn't really, I mean, let's be very honest here. How many players
be disingenuous
do the Raiders have that are like their franchise guy? It's Max Crosby, right? Devontae Adams, who they're pushing hard.
That's it.
And you could
have been Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, like that's the only other one. You go into the pro shop, those two jerseys are the ones that are front and center. Like they're going through a weird period now because they're not in a place where they have like that established history and they don't have the guys to build a franchise around right now. So like, it's this weird, like they're making lots of money.
Copperfield to save them. That's all I know.
But it's weird. It's a weird transitional period for the team, for the organization, for the franchise, and like for the fans too. I don't know. It's a complicated issue, and I just don't know when that's going to get rectified. Like if they're really bad this year, like let's say the Raiders are one of the worst teams. Let's say that like they're Cardinals level bad. I mean, if Caleb Williams, like let's just say they're the number one, Caleb Williams was probably in their future because they need to get a franchise.
They won't be that bad, but
I don't think they'll be that bad either. So that's what I'm saying. How many years are they going to be like this mid team, which is going to keep them just out of like the top 10 or just out of the range of drafting a QB? And you traded for Devontae Adams.
I hope for at least 7 years, like I've been going through. People who live in glass houses should throw stones. Welcome to hell, Raiders fans. Jimmy G, who's your next quarterback? It ain't going to be Caleb Williams. Ain't going to be Drake May. You're going to get saddled with some other QB, and it ain't going to work. You're going to be mediocre. And the Broncos, who knows? But it is not fun. I wish it would happen to the Chiefs, but that's not happening anytime soon.
It's not.
Chargers are kind of there, but at least they have their quarterback. It is X. It is bad. You know what's not bad? You know what logo I like? Underdog Fantasy's logo. It is a cute dog.
It's a puppy.
Also, I believe the 2 drafts I dropped in our links, there's a $10 and a $25 draft up in the stakes of the matches. 2 spots left in the 12-person $10 draft, 5 spots left in the $25 draft. If you want to sign up at Underdog Fantasy, use our link below and our code GPS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. You can use our QR code in the corner there. Ain't never had no QR code before, but that works. Underdog Fantasy is a fantasy app. You play in fantasy matches, all sorts of different types of fantasy games, and the pick'em games. Tom can play in the pick'em games. We're going to be doing pick'em games every week once the season starts. But you're picking higher or lower on stat totals for players. So you can select a few different players and win 20 times what you're putting in on the game. So it could be like higher or lower for 250 passing yards for Jimmy G. Higher or lower 1 rushing yard for Josh Jacobs. Is he even going to show up? We don't know at this point.
Don't know.
But yeah, we have our fantasy leagues. You can play against us in those private drafts that we link below.
There's only 1 spot left for the 10.
1 spot left for the 10. And they have, during the summer is a good time to draft for the Best Ball Mania tournament. That's the big 15 million total prizes. And the weekly winners, $20,000 to first place every single week throughout the NFL season. Best ball format means you draft your team once, then Underdog manages it, uses your best score every week, so you don't have to do anything once you've drafted your team. Play against us. We're drafting now. Keep your eye on injuries, too. Right now is a good time to pay attention to injuries.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe you're taking somebody like Kadarius Toney, and he's got a knee issue again. Where do you take him? Don't know now.
Oh, wait.
And like just 2 weeks ago, thank you. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, all going a little bit higher than they are this week because now we don't know if Saquon's going to show up. We don't know if Josh Jacobs is going to show up. I think Tony Pollard will.
Yeah.
But pay attention to that stuff because it should affect where you make your decisions in the draft.
Yeah, speaking of Tony, freaking Tony getting hurt too. Like I think he just tweaked his knee, right? But we don't know the extent.
Yeah, but he's been injured on and off.
I'm aware.
Ever since being drafted, right? So
yeah.
Obviously it's July. There's plenty of time if it's like a minor injury to heal from. And this week was a big week for players who would be on the pup list and not on the pup list.
Yes.
Pup list, nothing to do with that cute pup on the
baby,
logo,
let's go. Yeah.
But Javonte Williams, not on the pup list for
Correct.
the Broncos. We expected him not to be, but to see that official. And I believe Timmy Patrick, not on the pup list either. So, and the Broncos signed Bill Maher recently. So that's our kicker.
I saw that. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm going to be optimistic.
He had a good year last year besides obviously.
He has a great leg. He had a good year. But if there's one thing that you're going to be concerned about with the kicker, it's getting the yips. And he famously had the worst case of the yips we've seen in recent memory in a playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he missed, was it 4 or 5 extra points or 5 kicks total?
It was at least
Bill Maher. It's Bill.
You mean Brett? Did you say Bill?
I might have said Bill Maher. We've made so many Bill Maher jokes that they're the same guy now.
That's it.
They're both retired comedian / HBO host / kickers.
Okay. And I know you're really upset about the Chris Jones news that he wants a longer contract.
I think he deserves $50 million a year. If the Chiefs don't pay Chris Jones $50 million a year, they should be suspended from the NFL for robbery. Just like their super fan. Just put him in jail with Chiefsaholic. Oh, we were watching Quarterback, Tom. So it's episode 2, and I said it was super boring because it's I don't know, it's just trying to build the personalities around these guys. Yeah. And I already know who they are. But it was like Patrick Mahomes with his family at this like fall fest thing.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
clearly kind of closed off, and they were playing all the games. And Mahomes said something like, like after like a bad day, it's important for me to come home and be with the family. I'm like, how many bad days do you have a year? What, like 3? Patrick Mahomes has 3 bad days in an entire year, like his 3 total losses. Like, you never have bad days, man. Never.
Dude, like, I think Sapp put out like this insane stat that he's only lost 2 games by more than 1 score.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like, that's stupid. Like, it was like 80-2 or something like that. Like, it was wild.
So my takeaway is more high school teams should be looking to their baseball field to convert to quarterbacks. You need more baseball players playing QB.
Okay. The Raiders,
they can throw. Mahomes can throw from all the positions because he's a baseball player, and because apparently his spine is strong. That was the other takeaway. His spine is literally stronger than most people's spines.
Dude, so like
he doesn't lose power no matter what body stance he in. That's insane.
Yes. Well, you saw like the crazy workouts that Mahomes was doing. Have you gotten to that part yet? Yeah, like he like does it, like he gets put in like really uncomfortable positions to like build tissue. I was like, okay, that makes sense because like how he's able to play with like a dislocated knee, like 2 seconds later. Dude is insane. Like,
yeah,
he's
his knee thing brought up back when he dislocated his knee. It's like most people when that happens, it would have torn one of his ligaments. But apparently he also has more than normal stretchy ligaments. His ligaments are more stretchy so he has stretchier ligaments, and his spine is fucking stronger than normal people's. Probably some of the same stuff with, no, never mind. Kyler Murray tore his ACL. Brady played baseball. Elway played baseball. Russell Wilson played baseball. Who else played baseball?
Tom Grossi.
Deion Sanders, but he didn't play quarterback.
But
the baseball thing helps, I think, from throwing angles. Like, you're used to throwing from everywhere as a baseball player.
Yeah. Do you care about the Madden overall rankings at all?
No, because I don't play it.
That's fair. Yeah.
If I played it, I think it would be more interesting, but
people are like overly upset, and I'm just like, Madden's been so bad for so long at this point. By the way, I love the clip that you're going to show.
So I'm a rare Packers fan
because like I've done shows with Pete Lee. Like, he's hysterical.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, he's great.
I was gonna tag you in this, and I was like, I bet you've already been tagged in it multiple times.
A million times. Yeah, no, he's fantastic. Because he used to come and do shows in Croton.
Yeah, so I saw the stand-up clip, and it was about Bears and Packers fans, and I just wanted to play it on today's show because it's so good. Let me refresh. Oh man, turn it on.
Two older brothers, they're Bears fans, and so I'm a rare Packers fan where I get real happy when the Bears win because I'm happy that my brothers are happy, and I have friends that are Packers fans that they're like, no. That can't be a thing. You can't ever be happy if the Bears win a game. I'm like, well, let me put you in a scenario, all right? You're a billionaire. You're sitting in a steak restaurant cutting your Wagyu filet mignon. Through the window, you see a homeless person find a sandwich in the trash and take a bite. Are you mad at him? No, you are not. That's what it feels like when the Bears win a game. When you're a Packers fan. You're like, everybody's eating tonight, boys.
So good.
Pete Lee's phenomenal. Yeah, he's so
Bears
funny.
fans winning a game is a homeless man finding a sandwich in a trash can.
The garbage can was like, okay, yeah, that's the one.
Good.
That's the one. I mean, yeah. That's the thing. Bears fans are really happy right now because the off season is where they're allowed to like dream. Oh, hold on. Tom Pelissero. Oh, I just saw it. Damn it. Hold on. Tommy Pelissero said it might be good news for CJ Gardner-Johnson. Hold on. He said there's optimism that CJ Gardner-Johnson's knee injury is not serious. More tests to come. But as one source put it, he's fine. That would be very good.
Hey, can you give me an update on CJ? He's fine. Source.
Per source. Well, that's the good news. That's very, very good news.
Within an hour, we already got a positive update.
That is actually
getting carted off the field, big time faker. Is that what we're gonna say?
Well, no, because he could still be hurt, Brandon. Like they might just ask like a random they just called like the front desk of like the Hall of Fame, and they're like, "Hey, do you know about CJ Gardner-Johnson? He's fine." They don't know.
Fine. He was
fine.
just tired.
That's fine. Within the next few weeks, they're coming out. Don't you worry. Within the next few weeks.
Whoa.
Within the next, I got a video that I'm working on to come out today. We're gonna rock. We're gonna roll. It's gonna be a very busy week here.
Woo! Not for me. I'm gonna be on vacation.
This is the only GPS this week because Brandon's going on vacation on Wednesday. He'll be out through Wednesday and Friday. So I know you're gonna miss clickbait too. You want to call in for clickbait?
I can try. It would be funny if I can get it in the mountains. Yeah.
I think you should do that.
There's a tiny place in the middle of nowhere. So
yeah, fine. What do you got coming out this week though, Brandon? Still got things coming out?
Yeah. Today we'll have I've got like a Dalvin Cook video about the real reason he has yet to be signed. And then we got a video Wednesday about why fans should never, ever trust the process when teams tell you to trust the process, a la the Sixers, tanking, rebuilding. And then hopefully Saturday, we'll have the 2011 season recap up. So
Okay. 100 million. Yeah. I'm curious to see if Chris Jones, they get a deal done. I mean, I don't know what their cap, real quick. What's the Chiefs cap situation?
Got 4 spots left in the $25 private draft before we get out of here. Anyone want to play that?
Yeah, that one's already full. All right. All right. Not a ton, but make it work. They can make it work. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Leroy.
Yeah, I got I got a video coming out today about the Packers and like realistic / honest expectations about what they're going to do this year. And then either the top 10 ones lists are going to start this week or the way too early predictions. But
way too early.
And we're not even way too early at this point. We're just going to go with
it's appropriappropriately timed.
It's appropriately timed. It is.
But you should title that appropriately timed predictions.
That's it. Well, a new Jess Brain came out.
Oh yeah, she gave a little BTS of during the Derek Wolf workout. Check out Jess Brain. That's my wife's channel. Subscribe.
Wow.
She's almost at 4K subs.
Well, whose wife?
Mine.
So the Instagram post says it's X's wife.
Yeah. Follow my ex at Brandon Perna.
It's not helping. It's not.
Is that what Elon wanted?
Oh, makes sense. Maybe. I don't know.
Follow my ex.
I don't know. But folks, we appreciate you. Again, Perna gonna be on a little vacay. So no GPS on Wednesday and Friday, but we'll be back a week from today, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling.
August is coming. Shit's getting real.
Oh, football's almost here, baby. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.